The people of Belarus were left for 3 days without internet connection after the main voting day of President election 2020. Alexei Kozluk, a member of human rights organization Human Constanta, comments upon the situation. Alexei, good afternoon.
Hello.
Could you tell me, please, how the internet connection was disabled?
Well, this question is a bit comprehensive because they used several methods how to shut down the internet. The first was that they limited the channel of exchange in foreign traffic. The next, they implemented the technology, DPI technology, which means deep packet inspection, the technology which provides possibility for the government to control the flow of information. And the third was the blocking of several websites and also several protocols which allow VPNs and other circumvention tools to operate. And the combination of these three methods, so they resulted in the complete internet shutdown.
Could the internet shutdown be regarded as a human rights violation?
Of course, if we when we speak about internet shutdown as it was in Belarus, so internet shutdown in the times without war and without emergency, so it is illegal, and it is also prohibits people from getting information, and get access to information, and also rights to free speech is fundamental rights, and that means that they were violated, and the government is responsible for this.
I wonder if the internet connection was disabled in violation of Belarusian law.
That's true. Our laws allow only several cases how internet connections can be limited or disabled. So the first is the state of emergency or emergency situation, and also the state of war. And these are like only two cases when the government can interfere with the internet connections, like we saw before.
How the Belarusian official authorities explain the internet shutdown?
Well, it is a funny situation because they pretended that they were attacked. So it was DDoS attack, massive one, which targeted like governmental services. But of course, such attacks could not be unseen by international monitoring, which has quite unified answer to this question. There were no significant attacks registered against Belarus.
How do you regard the official version?
Well, I think that they didn't intend to shut down all the internet. They wanted to just filter independent information, and filter the instruments how to get this information, like the circumvention tools. And when they realized that they are not successful, so their equipment was not able to pass all the information, they saw this shutdown, and that was a surprise even for them, and they had to invent a new version how it happened.
Some people managed to bypass the internet shutdown. How this could be done?
Well, Belarusians are quite smart people, as it appeared that people had several days to invent new methods how to circumvent those restrictions. And for example, by the end of this shutdown, the number of connections, for example, to phone services outnumbered the number of connections from Iran. So as we know, Iran has a long story of blockings and internet shutdowns, and they used to this situation.
Do you register any restriction of access to certain web resources in Belarus at the present moment of time?
Well, they use these restrictions, such as blockings of websites for Belarusian users, even after elections. And now we see not less than 70 websites are blocked, and these websites are connected to political and media activities.
What conclusions have human rights defenders made after internet shutdown in Belarus?
The first conclusion is that we have to change infrastructure, because infrastructure is the key. Because we had the situation when all the foreign traffic goes via just two state-run enterprises, and they're government controlled, and the government can shut down internet easily. So we need to introduce more plural system with more stakeholders having direct connection to international traffic. So the second is that we need new laws or even constitutional provisions. We need the right to connection. So government should have no right to shut down internet, and that's it. And the third, we need more education to people, because so as we saw, all restrictions can be circumvented, but we need more educated people to have the skill and the capacity to find information even in situation when the internet is somehow restricted.